Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Friday stream. How are you, Danny?
Oh
Oh,
no.
Danny with
Sorry.
the mute.
Sorry, I was muted. I muted myself during the pre-show. Sorry about
Danny
that.
with the mute.
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Good,
good.
man. What's up?
Hey, Pav, how are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
How was your week?
It was good. Yeah, not a whole lot. Nothing really memorable. So yeah, it's all right.
Awesome. Mike, how was your week?
Good.
Good.
That's
And
it.
my week was blessed, and thank you for everyone for tuning in on our Friday stream. You know, this is like episode 16. We've been doing this for 16 consecutive streams. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Are you guys are you feeling it yet? Like, are you feeling the 16 consecutive streams?
No.
No?
I'm shocked by that.
No.
I'm shocked by that number, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they go
Like
so
16
fast,
Fridays,
man.
guys. 16 Fridays.
Yeah, they
That's
go so fast, and they're so much fun. It doesn't feel like we're really doing 16.
Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully everyone in the community that's watching, and you guys are not getting tired of us, and you continue to join and watch us. So we appreciate it. So we want to go around and just say what we were able to do throughout the week to get ready for tonight's stream. Remember, no pressure. If you was able to get to it, life got in the way. It's all good.
Yep.
So, Danny, let's start with you.
Sure. So let me move my dumb face out the way if I can. Oh my goodness. Disaster. All right. So I was able to get just a little bit done on some of his musculature. Sorry, OBS is giving me troubles with selecting things. I was able to get a little bit done on his musculature, and I still haven't gotten to his shoes yet. But yeah, this is sort of where he's at. And I'm still holding on to hope that I can make this weird shell design sort of work. So yeah, this is where I'm at.
Cool. Hey, Pav, what were you able to get done this week?
So I guess originally this is what I kind of ended up with. So I tightened up the musculature a little bit. With his head, this is my original. I went a little more cartoony, but then as I was looking through the reference and sculpting, I kind of ended up a little bit closer to the movie style head and face.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I just added a few little, I put some 90s knee pads, rollerblade knee pads on them. I stole this from my ArtStation Intro to ZBrush course from
Nice.
my basketball Pav. And then, I just did a turtle shell. So
Liking that shell,
Nice.
man.
Yeah,
it
man.
was
Really good.
That was fun. I also started I was going to set up a little scene. I had a little arcade here. I got the start of a
Nice.
skateboard, so I'll probably be working on more proppy stuff tonight.
Nice.
I'm
right, Mike.
getting the feeling we might have bitten off more than we could chew bringing Pav onto the show. Saying he's the consummate overachiever, and I'm feeling real bummy right now. So the guy on the left is what I had last week. I kind of went in and messed around with his proportions a little bit. What I realized is I keep going back to this old turtle that I had and looking at it, like it's still soft, right? Like I would go in and this thing is old, so I would go in and redo the muscles and all that stuff. But I like the proportions on him, and I kind of like his face and all that stuff. So I'm on the fence as to what to do here. And I think that maybe since the guys aren't going to tell me no, I think maybe we got to take a ruling from the community and let me know is it cheating to dip back into something that's old and mess around with it to make it much doper, or should I stick with the one that I have here and bring it up to look like what I have on the right? You guys tell me, and I'll do whatever the ruling is.
For whatever it's worth, for my 2 cents, not only is it not cheating to do that, but it's just smart. It's like it's the way you would do it if you were working on a job and you had an asset that was something you did already that's close, you'd be like, yeah, I'd use that and get the job done.
It's
So, yeah.
yours. As long as you didn't get it from Dad's studio, you're fine.
Shit. I'm just kidding. All right. Cool. Aaron Rutten says that's the point of digital art, and Aaron is a gentleman and a scholar and a fellow Corel painter master. So I
Nice.
weigh
his decision heavily.
Nice.
And what I was able to do this week is I was able to flush out the form a little bit. Still, like, just going through the design phase. I created a turntable to see how everything was looking, and that's where I'm at.
Nice. Looking good.
Yeah, Brad went all out. I was watching him. He was inspired this week, so
Looking good.
like it.
All right, pencils up, guys. Let's see. Let's go through our highs. What's up, Ram? Welcome to the stream, man. B is back again, Mike.
What's up,
B
B? I
wants
was
to
talking to
know-
B on Instagram.
Okay,
So
he's asking if you got his message.
yes, I did. Yep, might be doing a little mentoring with Mr. B. So it's all good with me.
Nice.
Arkham Red. Mickey Mike. I don't know. Mickey Mike? What's up, Mickey Mike?
What?
We can call you Mickey Mike now.
All right.
Cool. See, Marco is. See, I was gonna give Marco some props, but he started. I saw the what up, but then he did the masters plural. I thought he evolved from calling people masters. You free,
Cut that out,
Marco.
bro.
You free. You don't have no masters. Use free.
Cut that out.
That's a triggering thing for Brad,
Yeah, it is.
but not for me. So it's all good. It's all good.
Of course. You guys hear the music?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet, but I can hear it. Very chill.
I'll put it up. Bear says, howdy, gents.
Ooh.
What's up, Bear?
Nation in our
Oh.
comment before, he was asking, like when we were saying it was 16, he said it only feels like 5. You missed
They
a
are
few,
flying,
Nation. You
man.
missed a few.
Oh, did was Nation? Who was it that won the tutorial?
Insane Pixel, he did
Insane.
he did reach out, and I'm working on getting him his Gumroad.
Excellent.
Nice.
What's up, Mari Cat? I see you saying hi up there.
Let me get to it.
Yo, Mari Cat.
Everybody else.
Oh, while Aaron is in
Pav-
here, I want to ask him a question. Let me get this thing off my head. I'm screaming because I have both headphones on my ears.
Pav
Sorry
B
about that.
says that you're an absolute beast.
Absolute.
Like
Nice.
absolute. There's nothing after that. Like you're beast and that's it.
Oh,
The beastiest.
thank you.
Listen, while Aaron is in here, he does a ton of reviews for tablets, and I want to get your opinion about the Sense Labs tablets. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I am a fan, and
Hi guys. Hi Mari Cat.
Okay.
Ram's a good thing is Ram was wondering how we feel about you reusing assets.
we work on. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, part of the reason Danny and I kind of decided we wanted to do this thing in the first place was we have all these pieces that we started, and it's like on the island of misfit toys. They don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? So, figuring out how to get some usage out of those, or at least revisit and finish. I'm going to show you something for what's good. I started printing my Iron Fist, and I got them kind of put together a little bit here. So it's one of the things that I finished, and it just sat around not doing anything. You know?
Good answer, Marco. You are a slave of your own free will. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Aaron, the software that we use is StreamYards. You can have up to, I think, 6 people on screen at one time. So hopefully that helps.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Jamar Nichols for turning me on to StreamYard too.
Yeah. B has a question for us. Actually, I have a question. Is it okay to post whips? I have a possible opportunity, but a lot of my work is whips to show off instead of a full finished render and etc.
Mike, what do you think? Or sorry, Michael Pav.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like his bag, right?
Yeah, it is.
So the question is, like, I have a work in progress and I want to show it to a potential employer, but you're afraid that they're going to look at it and maybe be like, okay.
Or yeah, that's pretty much the question.
Yeah, I guess the trust there has to be, do you trust the person looking at it to know that it's a whip and can evaluate it appropriately? We run into the problems with that as far as work in progress goes, even with people in game development in the building where they have a problem looking at whips and evaluating them appropriately. So that's a good question, man. I suppose, yeah, that's a tough one. I would say for a first step forward, get your foot in the door, first impression type thing, that would be a tough sell for me. But your mileage may vary. You know, if they're cool with it and they understand it, it might be okay. But I wouldn't say it would be my first resort, I guess I should say.
Could I ask you a question on top of that?
Sure.
Are the persons evaluating or recruiting the ones that understand art enough to know it's a whip?
I know art directors who don't understand whips that well. So
okay, that's why I wanted to ask that other question.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny? What are your thoughts on that question?
So something that doesn't get talked about a ton, and I think maybe this is some of what Mike is talking about, what Pav is talking about. Are you working on selling yourself for a project or a product? Right? If you make something that looks finished, then people trust you to make a product. And really, that's what all studio jobs really are about. So I think it can hurt you to show a whip if you're going to have anyone in the room that goes, is that what it's going to look like? Right? If you have that element, that can really sink your chances. Now, if the rest of your portfolio is really solid, finished work, but you're excited about a piece and want to sort of couch it that way, then I think you're in better shape to say this is a one-off thing. But if you have just a bunch of whips, I would spend a little time trying to finish some up.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at getting excited over something and showing it early and then immediately doing a couple strokes on it or sculpting it just a little bit more and being like, oh, this looks way better. Let me show this thing. And I kind of fatigue the groups on Facebook. So I can only imagine if I was doing that with clients, how they would feel. You know what I mean? But that's just me. Like, I get pretty excited about things and like, hey, check this thing out. It's just a working piece, but whatever. And then I'm stuck because I want to show the one that comes after that that's like 30 times better if I just waited an hour,
Aaron says you can put a watermark on it that says draft. So I'm going to give my 2 cents in it. So I had before we started the Stylus League, I had the privilege of Danny ripping my heart out and building me back up at the same time by doing a portfolio review. And one of the things that Danny said when he first looked at my portfolio was like, do you want to make products? When he was going through I had a lot of whips. I had a lot of bust characters. And there are no jobs that, like, if I want to make characters, I need to make full characters, right? So some of the feedback that he provided to me was like, you know, you have to show your best self, and you have to show what you want to do. And if you want to make characters, it's not just the head or the half the body, but it's the whole thing. So, you know, I did have to look myself in the mirror and like edit out even those pieces that I liked, or I thought, you know, this is my skill set right at that moment. But he was right. And the moment I did clean up my portfolio, I did update my work, I started getting contract jobs, I started getting calls the moment I did that. So I think anytime, if you want to make characters, full characters, and present them the best way you can. I did create a area in my my art station that's just fully dedicated to whips, right? If you want to go deep dive into that, there's a whip section, but everything that's presented that I share out is only finished pieces.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys something.
And I cry for a couple nights after Danny tore my new one.
I wish you would stop that, please.
That's true.
I wish you would stop that, please. How do you guys feel about the different social media platforms? Because I feel like Instagram's great for whips, right? And you're rewarded, I think, for frequent posting and all that kind of stuff. Whereas something like ArtStation, maybe that's less true. What do you guys think?
I have put my whips on Instagram because I think it just feels better being there.
Yeah.
I still find it hard to put whips on ArtStation because of how there's a lot of public eyes on it, and you know, I hate to get critiqued before I'm ready to be critiqued. Or even worse, no one says anything and they just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm with Bradley on that.
Yeah.
So Facebook is pretty good for whips. So, you know, I actually find that I get more love on whips than I do on the finished piece.
B says, thank you for the knowledge drop. Aaron says, for sure you need to show that you can complete jobs. Marco says sometimes clients don't have enough imagination to see the full pictures. I don't know about that's harsh.
No, it's true.
Yeah, he's 100% right on that.
That's true. Yeah, he's
Harsh.
That's what I really mean when I say the product versus project thing. Because like, if you get somebody that's used to seeing, say, just a model, and it doesn't have like a full sort of look dev pass kind of deal or whatever, or any kind of fancy rendering, then they'll know what it is and sort of see what it's like. But you get someone that's a little bit removed, someone in HR potentially, or someone in production potentially, but not doing an art related role. That person might go, no, this person, it doesn't look finished, and that'll be it, even though it could be the sickest model. So yeah. And you're not competing in a vacuum either, right? So if you're showing a whip of a really cool thing, it might technically be a nicer model with nicer shapes or whatever, but if someone else has a more complete thought, you're going against that person, and they might impress that non-artist, right? So yeah.
He says Instagram is the whip king. Our station is frowned upon.
Yep.
Other one says, hello all, I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see these kinds of art hangouts with TMT sculpts. Thank you.
Nice.
Aaron asks, do we have any classic Ninja Turtle toys? I don't.
I do not.
I don't either.
Bradley, you sure you don't?
So you guys may not know, I have one toy that I have in my office because because it was the last toy I ever asked my mother for, and she didn't buy it for me. So I bought it for myself when I was 25 years old.
Oh boy, what is it?
It is.
You should save that for what's good. Unless you already have.
I have something way better for my what's good. I have something.
Okay.
It's this Night Quest Batman. So it's like the coolest Batman. I still have this. It was made in like 98. Or no, 94. 94. Kenner Night Quest Batman. I was at Walmart. My mother said, she looked me down and she says, "You don't need any more toys." And that stuck with me until I was 25, until I bought it.
Wow.
Has anyone ever fallen out in a store because they did not get bought a toy when they were little?
Whippings were illegal when I was small, so no, I couldn't do that.
That's a fact.
Okay.
I would have got
Okay.
hammered.
Okay, I knew I was gonna catch a whooping. I was with my mom and my sister, and 100% I was gonna take the L on this, but I was so into this toy that I was like, I gotta have this thing. And I kept doing the thing where I would put it in the cart when my mom wasn't looking, and that worked exactly one time. And she was like, "If you put this back in the cart, I'm gonna whoop your ass in front of everybody in the store." And so I waited till she got to the register, and then I slid it onto the little conveyor belt thing. That did not work either. And so my sister was there with me, and my sister, who normally would love to see me catch a whooping in front of an entire store full of people, felt bad for me, and she bought it for me. So
nice. Which Care Bear was it?
it was the huggy one, the hug one.
Gotcha. Nice.
The one with the red mask.
On my toy. Let's see. Yeah, Aaron, it's still in the box. Insane Pixel, is that the Batman with? Yes, it is. Ezreal armor.
I was gonna say he looks like Adriel a little bit.
Yeah.
You could trade that in right now for a 3090.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Remember, I bought this when I was 25. I am 39 now.
Brad's working through some things.
I mean, you know.
Don says he's 43. He collects tons of action figures. And you keep doing it.
Right.
Not judging.
What's your favorite toy line ever, guys? Like, if you could be gifted with sort of a, hey, you can pick any whatever number of pieces from this toy line. What's your favorite?
I bought mine.
I wish I still had my classic Star Wars stuff that got stolen. That was dope.
You know, Transformers back in the day, like in the 90s, were hardcore, and we couldn't afford them.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say for me it'd be Transformers.
Like, the ones that really like not just like two flips and it's converted. Like you really need to like take your time, or you'll pinch your fingers trying to put them back together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hated those because I can never get them put back together.
Oh,
I would rather have a Rubik's Cube than those.
Oh, blasphemy.
Let's see. Aaron says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for sure. Night Quest.
Oh, we might have lost the music. Oh, there it is.
Is it back on? Did it cycle back on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Pav, how about you? You ever have any toys that you were sort of in love with when you were a kid?
I was trying to think, and this is gonna sound like I'm just saying this because we're sculpting Ninja Turtles, but literally, I think it was Ninja Turtles was my most used. I would grab Ninja Turtles. I think maybe GI Joes, but I think Ninja Turtles more. And I would take my my sister's Barbie stuff. She had a big Barbie house and a big Barbie car, and I would have Ninja Turtle fights all over that thing.
Nice.
They'd be jumping off the roof and swinging around the elevator and hopping into the Barbie mobile. And
Nice. You know, I never really got into GI Joe. I had a couple of them when I was a kid, but I was always envious of the kids on TV who had like the full bedroom playset. They would have like the big aircraft carrier over here and like a bunch of jets hung up from the ceiling, and they'd just be sitting there playing with GI Joes. I'm like, who are these kids?
Yo,
What is this?
so when I was painting the box art for the GI Joes back in the day, I got to meet collectors. They don't mess around. So like grown men who now have disposable income are getting the toys and stuff. And the aircraft carrier you're talking about is I think it's the USS Flag or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this dude was telling me how much they cost. And it was like crazy how much it cost. I don't even want to say, but he had 2 of them, and it's so large it took up his entire like a room in the basement. So I don't know how that marriage is working out, but you got
crazy.
It. Yeah.
I have a buddy that I worked with at VV. His name is Christian Piccolo. Really, really, really nice guy, and tremendous artist, and one of the biggest Star Wars fans you'll ever meet. And I think he got to work on the Bad Batch recently, which was like a dream for him. But I've been to his house a couple of times, and his downstairs basement. I don't want to put the man's business out there in public, but I'll show you guys offline what his basement looks like. It's insane. It's an insane Star Wars. I'm not even into Star Wars, and I was super impressed. I was like, wow, this is incredible. So yeah, I know what you mean. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ab, you're so much faster when you don't have to say the alphabets when you're clicking around.
I don't know, man. This was troublesome for me to put together. I was kind of embarrassed being like, I forgot how to model. So the seemingly simple shapes are really throwing me for a loop tonight. I apologize.
You're good. People said he was born in Poland in the 80s, and he had a rubber band GI Joe soldier. I remember those.
Nice.
He says, I dreamed of moving to America.
Wait, rubber band, is that like the big tall GI Joes that had like the? Oh, dude, I love those things.
Yeah,
those were great.
We have one that said, I had the TMT version 1 toys, a friend of mine, showing them off at Twitch. Oh, cool. Is the music too loud for you guys? Is it okay?
A little bit loud, I think, but it's
okay.
All right. DJ Bradley making it happen.
Bram says, I bet you guys don't remember the Johnny 7. What is the Johnny 7? I don't know what that is.
Nope.
Remember Johnny 5? Didn't he turn gold at the end? Short circuit. It was a short circuit joke.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
Oh, we got it.
I understood.
We chose to move on.
Yeah. I picked dignity.
Yeah.
It's a classic, all right? better on the music. Thank you, Aaron. They're such good guys. They'll let me sit here and blow their ears out, and they'll just keep sculpting as long as they keep working. Danny looks like he wants to say something. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for not saying whatever you were thinking.
I'm
I
good.
appreciate it.
Nothing at all.
I appreciate it. Aaron gets me. Do not disassemble. See, right there. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. If you have any questions about the work that the guys are doing, please chime in. Pavlovich would love to answer all of your questions. Every last question.
You're just on fire tonight.
Everything you always wanted to ask him. Now's the time to ask him.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, that should be
Everything
good.
you always wanted to ask but didn't want to interrupt his flow of consciousness.
Yeah, you don't want to open. Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah. I've
Man.
never seen Michael Pavlovich this quiet ever.
Yeah, like it's magic right now.
I'm having a hard time tonight, man. I don't know what my deal is.
Zone, man.
What is the best Ninja Turtle video game from Insane Pixel?
I've never played a Ninja Turtle video game.
I like the arcade game, man. That was my favorite. I went to I was in New York and went to this retro arcade party where they had just like all these machines set up, and they had that out, and I forgot how much fun that was, man. That one and the X-Men multiplayer game were my favorites.
We're playing those at the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
Little 4 people. I think my favorite. I want to say my favorite Ninja Turtle game. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember this is still kind of a video game thing too, where you need to message like, "Oh, you're beating up the boss and you're hurting him." You would beat up, I think it's Bebop or Rocksteady or both, and then after a certain point, they'd start blinking red, and that was the messaging back in the day that things were happening.
nice.
It was effective though. I wish we could go back to that.
My favorite one was the little digital little small things, and they were on like a skateboard, and you had to go up and down on the thing to dodge things being thrown at you.
Okay.
Oh, Pav, there's a question for you, and this is a really important question, so you got to focus on this one.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Pineapple on pizzas?
Oof.
I mean, for me, I don't mind it at all. Just I'm not a purist, so I don't mind it. In fact, if we're just talking like it's a fruity, I understand why you might be against it, just because it's like if you get a bad pineapple pizza and it's like really soggy and gross and a splash of pineapple in your mouth while you're trying to eat pizza, that's not great. But I don't know. It's something a little bit different. I don't mind it. I've had worse things in my mouth.
They had the opportunity to ask you anything in the world, and that's what they wanted, Pav. Thank you for giving people what they want. You didn't disappoint.
Do it.
You did disappoint. They couldn't ask you that on a Zebra stream. Not that question.
No.
That's what we're
Now
here
you're
for.
now you're gonna be inundated next week with pineapple on pizza. Running joke.
We have a question from Rampav. Have you built a base mesh in ZModeler?
Oh gosh. Sure. Yeah, base mesh for like an arcade stick. Yes. Base mesh for a human. No. If it's organic, I usually stick to like Z spheres. Go in there and just get it roughed out real quick. I'm a Dynamesh clay brush junkie. But yeah, if it's something technical or something easily made with a Z modeler, yeah, by all means.
Marco's chiming in saying that you're destroying the Z modeler right now. He's watching you go in.
Oh,
Nice.
Marco's like, between absolute and destroying, like very soon you're gonna end the world. That's what's next. Absolute, destroy, and then end world. That's how that goes.
yep.
He's a variant Kang, you guys.
Nice.
Nation said Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on the original on Nintendo, was amazing. So was Turtles in Time for the Super NES.
I like the game that has the red guy, the one with the red mask.
Nation says that he's allergic to pineapples, so the stakes are a little higher for him.
You really gotta want it.
Yeah, you really gotta. Same Pixel. What's a better avatar, The Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Z? I don't understand that question.
I've seen The Last Airbender. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Amen. Sir.
What's wrong with you,
Yeah.
man? You can watch Dragon Ball Z.
And I liked The Last Airbender quite a bit.
What's up, MJ? Anyone who has not had the opportunity to join our Discord, post it in the chat. Actually, I think last week, Mike and we hung out for quite a bit after the stream. I think it was like till 2 a.m. It was crazy.
I was there until 1:30. You were there until like 4, dude.
Three or four. Yeah, we had some friends in the UK that were lit.
Nice.
That kept me awake.
You were hardcore with it.
MJ says that it looks like Pav is working on a project I did in college. We had to make arcade machines.
Nice.
It's a good challenge. I'm pleasantly surprised. I wasn't planning on making an arcade, but I was like, Ninja Turtles, and it's got a lot of interesting stuff going on.
So you guys had a chance to see What If? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Danny, good?
Big
Was it good?
Big thumbs up for me.
So, Mike?
I watched it in a watch party with you, sir, and I think we both loved it.
I want it to be canceled.
Oh, I forgot. It was the entire multiverse wasn't solved in the first episode,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I could totally understand where you're coming from.
Hashtag cancel What If.
Well, you better shut that up.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail.
Now, all jokes aside, though, did you
Yes,
not
it was
dig
good.
for that reason?
No, I really liked it.
I was gonna say,
I
like,
liked
whoa.
it.
Dude, the art style in that first episode, I want entire movies that look like that, man. Like that was amazing.
Yeah, they said that they're now gonna do more animated things, right? Which,
oh, thank goodness.
yeah, I think the DC animated stuff is always really strong. It's way stronger than the DC live action stuff, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But man, I think it was Gobi Fields posted something like, watch out DCEU animated or whatever, and I could not agree more.
And our friend Eric Sosa worked on that first episode.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. His name is in the credits.
Nice.
Ram has a question for you, Danny. Danny, have you ever worked with compositors or lighters in the production process?
Yes, and I have also composited and lit, and right now I'm doing a bunch of compositing at work in Newt. So yes on all fronts.
Nisha said he didn't watch yet, but he watched the first 3 episodes of Titans season 3, and that all released at the same time the other day. How was it? Like I went to sleep on episode 1 of Titans. The first released episode of Titans? I guess because I shouldn't watch things at like 2:00 in the morning.
I'm excited about that.
Bradley, you're not modeling night. Where's your screen? Oh, you guys are asking a lot of questions, so I just didn't want to have it up just sitting there. Have to work. I don't have the privilege of modeling the whole time. If I don't do my job, they yell at me.
You're on like episode 3 anyway, dude, with your piece. So I think you're good to relax a little bit. I was on Bradley earlier. He's trying to make me look bad.
Markham says, yeah, whoever they got writing and directing DC animated movies should make the live action movies. Gunn did a good job, man. James Gunn did a good job, I think, with Suicide Squad.
That that Flashpoint Paradox is still, I think, probably my favorite DC thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's right up.
So I have a funny story about the animated DC movies.
Yeah.
I had a shot. I didn't get selected, but for the cover of Gods and Monsters for the DVD cover, and so I had to submit some pieces for my take on it. And before they did that, they put me in a meeting with a lot of like the the producers and stuff, and Bruce Timm was in the room. And they were introducing everybody in the room, and they got to Bruce Timm, and I lost it. Like I geeked out. I was like, they were like, all right, so Mike, what do you think about the project or whatever? And I was like, I said, I hope you don't mind if I like Kanye'd it for a second. I was like, I'm going to stop you right there. I was like, Bruce Timm is one of my favorite artists of all time. And the fact that I'm meeting him right now, I'm geeking out. And he was like, okay. He's like, thank you. He was nice, but I think I kind of took him aback. He wasn't waiting for that. So I said, all right, now let's talk.
That said, this project is below me. Like you just start like really going in.
Exactly. Not one of your better works, Mr. Timm.
Yeah, I don't see any Marvel characters here. Like just start going off.
Vampire Batman, really?
Ram is adding to his question. Danny, does your compositing experience inform your ZBrush?
I'm a weirdo. I think all these things inform each other because it's you're making constant judgments on like shape and color and relationships and things like that. So I think these things all strengthen each other. So in that respect, yes. I think all of these things help each other. If you, so like Mike, you illustrate a ton, right? And do you find that if you're illustrating new subject matter, but then need to sculpt that subject matter later because you've illustrated it and researched it and all that stuff, you understand it better?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They all grow your understanding, I think. So for me, in that way, yes. Even though it's not a direct, like one-to-one, translation of tool set, but your mind, if that makes sense.
There was a lot of energy in that song. I had to skip that one.
This sounds like J. Cole is about to rhyme about the girl that got away in junior high school.
So we're going to do our what's good. We're on time today, guys. Who wants to go first?
Not me. I need to bring mine up.
Not you?
Yeah.
I'll go first. So I would like to say happy anniversary to my beautiful wife for seven grueling, great years that she spent putting up with me. So, so happy anniversary to us.
That's beautiful.
Hey, you know,
Congratulations, man.
That's beautiful.
Behind a very scared of everything husband, there's a very strong, scary wife. No, Danny, no.
I'm not touching any of that. I don't want no problems with the missus. I'm cool. I'm all right.
I'm pretty sure she's watched this. Happy anniversary, babe. Love you.
Happy anniversary, both of you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I told my daughter it's our anniversary. She goes, I get a present?
Nice.
Okay, who's up next? What's good?
Yeah, that'll be a good segue. Speaking of strong, independent women who don't need no man behind the scenes, my wife's.
I didn't say all that. You know, I didn't say that.
Well, in my case, it's
still want to be needed.
Birthday tomorrow. I do too, but at the end of the day, I know she would be. She could take care of business.
Nice. Happy birthday!
Yeah. Happy birthday!
That's awesome.
All right, that leaves you guys.
All right, Danny, you want to take it?
Yeah, I'll go, and then because I know yours is like super spectacular and close to home. Mine's just another artist spotlight. So, Andy Bergholtz, one of my favorite sculptors, calls himself Monster Papa.
Yeah.
There are some things on here that might be NSFW occasionally, but just his breadth and scope. Like we all get stuck on like, oh, I'm a hard surface guy, or I'm a character person, or whatever. But these toy sculptors, especially, they always impress me because the variety of style, or he's just a great sculptor in general. But the variety of style and like what's the appropriate shape for the thing that you're going for. I just think people like this are amazing. So yeah, Andy Berkowitz.
I'll second that. I always look at his Hulk hands whenever I'm doing. I looked at his Hulk hands when I was doing my Ninja Turtle hands.
Yep, I'm about to do the same thing. That's why I'm here.
He's astounding.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, Mike.
All right. For my what's good, I finally used my Anycubic printer to start doing something. So we look over here. You can see I'm gluing together now my. Let's shut this down a bit. Gluing down together my Iron Fist, and like, oh my gosh. Let's super
Screw you, MJ. Sorry, go ahead.
I wasn't gonna shout it out, Danny. I wasn't gonna shout it out.
That's all right. People got eyes. I'm face naked out here.
Sorry, this light doesn't want. Whatever. But anyway, this is it's getting there. It looked good in the daylight, but
It looks good now.
There you go. There you go. There you go. It was getting blown out. Yeah, so you can see that the detail that this is keeping at a 6 scale is really fresh. Like we look at his shoes. Check out the like the A6 things on there. They're really crispy. Like it, even the treads on the bottom are super, super sharp. So anyway, no, I love it. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's good for me. This printer, Anycubic. Holler at your boy. You want any endorsements? I love your product. Send me resin, please. Thank you. Goodbye.
Nice.
Insane Pixel said, "No, Iron Fist knocked the Hulk's head off."
It's true.
Cool. Thanks for the what's good, guys. And happy birthday again to your wife tomorrow, Pav.
Absolutely.
And happy anniversary to you and your wife, my friend.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
We're gonna go out and get COVID tomorrow.
Oh, don't even joke, man. He's in Florida, which makes that extra not
What
fun.
It's
are you-
Florida,
what are you
like it's
doing?
Florida, man. But it's Florida.
Oh god.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, it's not safe out here. I'm scared. But we're gonna celebrate love.
Are you going out for real?
Yeah, we're gonna go out to eat. There's this outside restaurant that we're gonna go have steaks. B says Floridians are a different breed.
Yeah, Floridians are special. Special people.
St. Pixel, Florida protects you from the virus.
The warm weather.
And MJ said that makes me the Florida man. Thanks, MJ. Thanks. MJ, we're both Florida men, by the way. Just saying. Did anyone have a chance to see Free Guys? I hear it's good.
I heard it's good. I haven't seen it. I probably won't see it till it goes to whatever streaming.
Is that going to be one of those theater exclusive joints for a while?
I think it is right now.
Okay.
I think what's cool with all of this, they shorten the time frames for theater, so it's like only like 45 days, and things could start to go on streaming, which is pretty cool. Unless you got a contract that says that you have to get that you get paid from revenue from that.
That's got to really be under Scarlett Johansson's skin, though, right? Like, Free Guy is theater only. And she was saying from day one that she was like only trying to do this thing theater only. They're like, nah, we're going to do it streaming day one.
Sure, it has to hurt a little bit.
Does it though?
You know who's upset about it?
Not
Colin
The Rock.
Jost. Colin Jost. I'm just kidding. Colin's happy.
Colin Jost.
Colin Johansson. He's just happy to be.
Jost Hansen.
He's just happy to be in the scene. I'm going to add my $60,000 to your $800 million.
Caring is caring.
I'm contributing, guys.
I had a friend who will remain nameless, but he worked with me at a studio for a lot of years, and he came from the financial world. He worked on. He was British. He worked at Lloyd's of London. He met his wife when she came and did an internship over there, and then eventually moved back to the States, where they both worked on Wall Street for a bunch of years and made a bunch of money. And he decided midway through, he's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and learn how to do CG because that stuff seems interesting. And took 18 months off, just learned how to model and became a modeler at this studio. And he was telling me about how, like, at one point, he was only making enough doing modeling to cover their nanny. And that was it, And I was like, man, it was just such a crazy story. But he worked his way up, and he's like super amazing. So yeah, it's pretty admirable.
Nice.
That's the dream. Let's see. B has a question for Mike and Danny. How do you tackle sculpting hair for statues? You want to go first, Danny? How would you do that?
You know what? I'm gonna bring up a link that we can share out, and actually, it's related to Andy Burkholz. I didn't expect this. Let me find it real quick. But yeah, Mike can take it for now.
Oh, okay.
Like, how would you?
A long and tedious way. Like I would probably sculpt out the major forms with my clay buildup, and just kind of get them looking the way that I want them to, and then go in and I like to turn down the pressure on clay buildup, and you get some really nice, like right now it looks like I have striations in his deltoids there, but that's good for getting hair also. And then after that's done, I go over it with Dam Standard and the standard brush with an alpha to get some of the finer hairs.
It's Charlie
there's
B,
better
what's
ways,
up?
Charlie.
My brother Charlie Williams. It's my brother. Love him.
Nice. Charlie, you
I
like
just-
Bear? You're gonna throw under the bus every episode, but Charlie, you're good with.
Charlie, I'm
I
great
was going to say that.
with. Charlie, I'm great with. Bear has the last name Williams. Charlie has the last name Williams. I have the last name Williams. Bear's the odd man out. So that's where that goes.
Nice.
Thank you for the link, Danny. I'm going to share it out.
Yeah. So long story short, he's gonna share a link out. It's really old, but it ties back to Andy Burkholz, because one of his old hair sculpting demos, I just was like, yeah, this is exactly how you would do it for ZBrush, and there wasn't at the time a tutorial like that for ZBrush, so it just sort of walks you through the basics of setting up hair stuff like that. So yeah, it's really old, but I think it still works.
Check it out.
Charlie says they can only be two.
Thank you, Charlie. Exactly. Stuck a lemon, Bear. You know who never left me high and dry on Halloween? Charlie Williams. So there you go.
Hey, Pev, did we take the time to thank you again for joining us? You could be anywhere in the world and you choose to be here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
No, my
Thank
pleasure,
you.
man. I am for some reason I always used to think I was good at modeling, and then I throw myself a really difficult task with some really bad reference, and it makes me feel like I'm a toddler again. I'm like, these are really complex shapes.
What's King's line call that? Fighting through the valley of the suck or whatever?
Exactly. It's
That's
like,
exactly
well,
what it is.
here's my ugly baby. Watch it mature into something presentable, I hope.
Nice.
I just shared a link out to all of Pab's social medias and where you can look at his ZBrush demos and tutorials. Because you guys don't want to ask all those questions today, you can go look at his stuff and ask him on his own stream. Ask him a lot of questions where he can't focus and he can't sculpt, and no one can pass the questions over, and they never get answered because you passed up an opportunity today. I get it.
Someone is feeling some kind of way.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of harsh stuff happening right now.
We had like lots of questions when we were giving stuff away. No one wants to ask questions when it's like, the jewels.
Just for knowledge.
I know, just for knowledge sake.
Oh, Americans.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but if you're gonna talk the truth a little bit, fine.
I'm just saying.
How's the weather been over there, Pav? It's been storming all over here.
You know, I'm gonna knock on wood real hard because, you know, the Northeast and the Northwest, you know, Portland up to 114 degrees or 103 today, and you guys getting hammered by storms. Austin, after our snowpocalypse, we've had a super mild summer, so I got nothing to complain about on that front. Knock on wood.
Nice.
It can always change. It's Central Texas, so anything's possible. But
were you down there for all that snow and stuff?
yeah, that was we got that Salt Lake City, Utah powder snow for the first time in history here. And that messed us up pretty good. But other than that, we've had a really mild summer, so I won't complain about it.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody, it seems like both coasts getting kind of hammered.
Nation says that he's been following Pav for many years and asked him questions on all his old streams 100 years ago.
Nice. The ancient wisdom.
I think they're like two really good guys that put out really good content and how-tos. It's you, Pav, and ZBrush Guides.
Oh yeah.
Between the two of you, that's it. I'm sure there's some others, but you guys are.
We apologize to all the people putting out fantastic content.
Yeah. You
I said how-tos.
Completely pooped all over.
Yeah, you're hot micing it a lot.
Yeah. Who else is doing how-tos? You show them to me. You show them to Pav, say it with your chest. There's nobody. I said ZBrush. I said ZBrush content. All right.
Yeah, Laura has tons of ZBrush content. So Laura's one.
Yeah,
Flip
somewhere
normals.
Joe Drust is
Drust. Yeah, there's
I'm
scans right now.
Pav, I'm rocking with you right now, Pav. All right.
Wow.
They're not here right now. All right. You took the time out. You're here. You're it. All right. There's you. Then there's everybody else.
While we appreciate the fact that Mr. Pavlovich is in a style all on his own, we're not trying to make anybody upset.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Super hot take.
Yes, Danny Max too. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Pav, I'm taking your flowers away from you right now.
No. That's your bad.
I gave you the.
That's the problem. You're thinking it's one bouquet. We got lots of bouquets. Give out all the bouquets.
Right.
I just tried to give him his flowers, but you know what? I'm taking them back. No flowers.
No, Mike didn't do anything wrong in this scenario. He's not the bad guy here. Just saying.
Exactly.
You know what, Mike? Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. That's how you become Florida man. Making that your justification.
Right.
Oh, Pav, you just threw out a old school one. They have a question. The question is, what brush is Pav using for that topo creation?
Z-spheres. This is this is really, really old school, but you know what? It gets the job done. I'm old school. But yeah, basically you just drop a Z-sphere in there and then you go into I have my little hidden Z. I don't go in there often, so I keep it collapsed in my custom menu. But every once in a while I need to hop in there. I get edit topology, make a depth skin, dynamic resolution density down to 1, but it's all down here. So basically you append a Z-sphere, you go down here to here's your adaptive skin and then your topology. Go into edit topology mode, make sure you're in draw mode, and then you can just go through here and you can just plot points. And it gives me a little bit more control than like the topology brush, because I get a little messy with that. Yeah, so I can put the points exactly where I want them for these weirdo shapes. And I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. You know, at the end of the day, like this is going to be underneath a skateboard. So like, unless I'm going to be IMAX camera on it, I probably don't need to do this. But I don't know. I don't know why I do the things I do.
Yo, I love. You got into it for a second. Yo, I love when Mike gets into it, man. He gets it. He starts talking fast. God, he starts talking so fast. Man, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. The breath control is insane. You're like a
oh
rapper.
My God, dude.
It's crazy.
Your flow is crazy.
We got a question in. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say. I thought the same thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Has any of you had a student that was so bad that you had to tell them to give up on ZBrush and do something else?
No. Terrible. Why would you do that?
It just doesn't seem right.
Like tell them maybe to stick to 2D? Is that what you're talking about?
No, Mike.
Sorry.
That's not what he said at all, Mike. He said,
I was hoping that that's a little inside baseball that I get a little something from you, Bradley, but I see how you rolling. It's all good.
No. I'm trying to. When you throw things up, I know that I'm gonna get in trouble if I go catch it. So I'm gonna stay on the ground.
Oh, okay. You're gonna play it safe on this one after you just completely told everybody who isn't Pavlovich and who was the other lucky person?
It's okay. It's
Danny
okay.
Mac.
I only ruin my name. My goal is to protect your name. All right, don't worry about me.
Guys,
right? I got this.
Danny didn't even make the cut.
Oh, I don't do that kind of content anymore, so I'm cool with not making the cut. I'm good.
No, I'm talking about Danny Mac.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. See.
Are we just going to talk about all the people I offended all day? Because we can go here all day.
No, I know we can.
Because I only named like 2 people, so apparently I left out half of YouTube.
The planet. Yeah,
you did. You really did.
It's all right though. We still love you.
So the answer to your question is no. They would not do that to a student. We want people to follow their dreams on this channel, and we want to help you get there.
I have told students to give up.
No, you haven't.
No, I have.
Have you really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with like their work. It was their like people that like signed up for classes and then just never show up and stuff like that. And you get like this was when I was teaching physically in New York, and these people are going to a university, and it's like, oh well, the trains weren't running, and there was a flood in Queens, or you just get all the excuses, and it's like everybody else managed to make it. Some people are coming from Queens, some people are coming from Brooklyn. Like there's why are you wasting money was really what that was. But it had nothing to do with like their work or whatever. It was just, why are you wasting your parents or whoever's money? It's crazy.
That always confuses me when you have somebody that pays for an expensive class and then they either phone it in or just don't show up altogether. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I think they're addicted to taking classes.
That could be.
That's a thing for sure.
That's the thing. I think they're just like if they're not signed up for a class, then they have to make stuff.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing. It's funny. I was listening to Siamak Roshani's podcast, and he had an interview with Ryan Kingsland on there, and he was talking about how he has a bunch of people over the years that have gone to his school that just take class after class after class after class after class, and he doesn't ever see them take time off to like execute what they learned. And then he was like, and they get mad at me because they don't get better, but it's like, when are you actually practicing? It just like how gentle he says it, you know what I mean? This is his demeanor. So yeah, I thought that was enlightening too, like hearing that part. I was like, oh yeah, you do have to like put it into practice.
MJ says some people just want to live the Greendale life.
Nice. So long as they're not Pierce. That would be my dream, though, to be a professional student. I'm serious. If I was independently wealthy, I think I would just take a bunch of courses all over the place.
We should keep your mind active, right?
Yeah, for sure. But like, yeah, if I didn't have to like work for a living, I would for sure take just a bunch of. There's a bunch of classes in New York. I mean, if the world ever opens back up, that I would love to take. You know.
Charlie B says work ethic is hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You gotta. It takes work to make one. So first start with getting up and doing something.
Yeah.
I really like the shell shading design that they did in What If.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. Can't wait for the Marvel Zombies one. I'm such a big Marvel Zombies fan. I actually was so excited. I went in on Comixology. They had a great big sale on all the What Ifs last week, so I bought a whole bunch of them, and then this week I got filled in all of the Marvel Zombies that I missed. That's what I'll be doing this weekend.
Nice.
Hope they like release some type of like art book or something for What If. Love to have that in my collection.
I would love to see a website that's dedicated, because like one of the reasons I used to buy DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever was for the making of stuff. Like if there was like a deluxe or a box set or something like that, I would buy those just to watch the making ofs.
Yeah.
And I know there's like CG Meetup does stuff sometimes, and you can find random things on YouTube. But if there was like actually a service or even a pay up service where it's like you could have Disney Plus, but if you pay $1 extra a month or whatever, you get access to all the making ofs or whatever. I would love that.
Sometimes they have the extras for the movies on Disney Plus. You have to look.
Yeah.
But I did see that. I'll tell you one of my favorite making ofs for that, because I'm the same exact way. Like I used to buy DVDs just for the extra content.
Mm-hmm.
But Spider-Verse was amazing, dude. Watching the process. So, in addition to the movie just being off the chain too.
Yeah, that movie, that's a special one for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible for me to like an animated film more than I liked Iron Giant. And that was the one for me. Yeah, that was the one for me that overtook Iron Giant.
It changed the way it's done, right? Because they really were mixing all those different genres of art into, that one animation.
Yeah, and it was so well executed, and there's all kinds of, one of the things that I saw in the making of thing that was great was the whole thing about them animating them on twos, but until they get in sync, they're on different twos. And then
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when they're escaping from Alchemax, when he's like, now thwip.
Mm-hmm.
At some point they start doing it together, and that's when, like, if Miles was on 1 and 3, Peter was always on 2 and 4, and they both go to 2. They both go to 2 and 4, and it's not something I would have ever noticed, but when they explain it and then you watch it, you're like, oh wow, that's amazing. That level of thought was really cool. Yeah.
I didn't understand. I guess tell folks what you're talking about when you say animating on twos. I didn't get it until Brad Grotman broke it down for me. But yeah, tell folks who are listening, because they might not understand what that means.
Yeah, you with traditional animation, you used to animate on every second or third or fourth or sixth sometimes frame, depending on the budget and the animation style and how you wanted the animation to pop. But with computer animation, you typically animate on ones, so everything is advancing right to the next frame. So it's frame after frame after frame. So you don't really need to animate on twos. And in fact, they had to like break a bunch of computer stuff, I think, to get it to work. So things like motion blur and stuff that weren't part of the film, it was like tough to do anything like that because of the fact that they were doing every other frame. But it helped them get this poppy feel to the animation. That's why the animation feels different than every other animated film.
And it's also kind of more jerky too, right? So it looks more unique. I think when he was running down the street slapping up the stickers.
Yep.
That whole look, I was like, damn, something about that is just really compelling.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with some people who came in the next weekend after it released, and they were complaining about the sort of the fake depth of field with like the halftone and like the chromatic aberration and whatever. And in my head, I was like, man, they just didn't get it. It was crazy.
Nah.
It was such a style choice.
Yeah.
By the way, my What's Good next weekend is going to be Alberto Mielgo. If you don't know who that is, for sure, look him up.
I think we should, Bradley, maybe what you and I can do is go back through some of the episodes and just through the What's Goods and make a list of all the guys. Because Danny is always pointing out, amazing artists, and I don't always write it down. So
we'll go through it and put it in the art share on Discord.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danny, Ram wants to know, did you work with a Brad Bird?
I never worked with Brad Bird. I wish.
Charlie B saying with Into the Spider-Verse, he still finds different things when watching it still.
100%. 100%. See, that's an example right there where, like, if Bear said the same thing, I would be like, no way. Yeah, 100%, Charlie.
Bear, we still appreciate you.
Man, they just don't know you, Bear.
Gabriel says, speaking of animations, have you seen Studio Ghibli's movies? Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I have.
Yes.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, between that and Akira, those are two of my favorites. Favorite styles. Also, what's that one? Ninja
Thank
Scrolls.
you, Bear, for laughing at Danny. Laugh harder.
Bear knows I love him, but it is what it is. Akira. I saw Akira way too late.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't see Akira till I was like well out of college, and I watched it with a friend of mine, and then we walked around for like 2 weeks just going Tetsuo Kaneda just over and over again.
Yeah,
just two idiots.
So I was walking in, I believe, like a Winn-Dixie or something like that. It's a grocery store, and there was the TV guides. If you guys remember when there were TV guides in the store, and I was looking at the TV guide. Like I love watching the Sci-Fi Channel, and it had this like anime block or whatever on Sci-Fi, and it had Akira, and I'm like, what is Akira? So I ended up setting an alarm to ring at 2:00 in the morning so I could see what Akira was on Sci-Fi Channel. So that was the first time I see it. I had to like set an alarm for those who didn't have DVR, or you had to look at the TV guide to know what was coming on TV. So that was the first time I saw it.
What did you think?
It was amazing. I was like, I see why my dad doesn't want me up at night watching TV. So the good stuff come on.
Artistically, those films are amazing.
Probably people.
I wanted
TV guide.
I wanted that to come out as a live action film so bad. I know it's been in the making for like 2 decades, probably.
You see the Ghost in the Shell one?
Yeah. You're saying we dodged a bullet by it not actually happening?
No. So, full disclosure, I have no affiliation to any anime whatsoever. I think it's all beautiful, but I think my stupid Western brain can't handle the lack of Western narrative. So I don't really feel engaged by most of them that I've seen, but I do admire the beauty of them.
You know what I saw that I liked, probably of all the live action adaptations was Alita Battle Angel. I thought that looked really nice.
Yeah.
I really love the Dragon Ball live action. It was fantastic.
Dragon Balls?
You're trying to trigger me, aren't you?
I was
No, it
gonna
doesn't
say,
take much.
Bradley, I
It doesn't take
could feel the hairs on your arms just go like.
Why you try? Why you try?
You know, so I was telling my students about you today, and I was, truth be told, I was clowning you to my students today.
It's okay.
About
Let them know that
the
I know you personally, and that's the biggest clown ever.
I was like, this guy really gets upset when I
Quality.
say Dragon Balls. Just pronouncing the Z the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay.
That's not the one you say that actually triggers him the most, but I'll be good.
Nation said Dragon Ball live action movie boo minus 10 points. I'll take that. I never actually saw it, but it feels like it could have been good.
No, it was not. I actually saw that. Bradley and I watched maybe
is there any shows or anything that you've enjoyed so far this year? I know you've been working really hard.
No, me and my wife. Well, we got our shows. That's what we kind of do since lockdown and all that good stuff. So we did one. Is it WandaVision? Is that the
Yeah.
That was the name of the
Yep.
yeah. So we did that, and then after that we did Loki, and then Ted Lasso came back.
Do you feel Loki should never come back on TV again as well?
That was really interesting. I don't want to do spoilers or anything, but I liked it a lot. And then at the end, I was kind of like, oh, that's what that all led to, huh? So
reincarnation, baby.
Yeah. But I really like that's 1970s Browns and all 60s cartoons and it was so good. So I don't know. I can enjoy a Marvel anything just kind of on different levels. If it's not really tickling my storytelling fancy, I can always find something to entertain me while I'm staring at the screen.
Did you see Winter Soldier and Falcon yet?
Yes, I did.
Falcon
Yep,
Winter Soldier.
that would actually. I should remember that one. We've been basically going through all the shows that come out. Nice. We'll watch them all, and we'll look up on Wikipedia who all the characters are because they take some deep cuts, and then we'll go on YouTube and we'll watch the hey, here's the 70 things you missed because you took everything at face value and you don't study this stuff for a living.
Yeah.
So, that's part of the fun though. I think just being like, oh yeah, that old comic book character, I had no idea.
Oh, the music stopped, right?
Yep. So here you drop out. Bradley might have dropped out. I think.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay. that explains
Nice.
that.
Nice.
Good night, everybody.
Yep. Give him a minute. He'll probably be right back.
Uh-oh. I heard a message.
Bro. Lose power or something. Lost internet. Yay. Hey.
Oh, wow. My daughter's getting back from Costa Rica with my son, and she said that the weather was so bad they couldn't land. They had to double into South Carolina, I think she says,
Oh wow.
and
the
refuel.
the one after Fred is hitting them now, or
I guess I haven't been paying attention.
yeah, that's all brewing right in their area, Costa Rica. Yep.
Yeah. Danny, what do we have for a contingency plan with the music? Because
I'm heading there. I'm heading there right now.
Nice.
He's opening up a page of lyrics. He's gonna start belting out.
Yeah.
Some
There it is.
Yeah.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I still hate bear. There you go. That's it. That's all I got. Let's see. Apologies for the difficulties, people. You see, we tell you Bradley's super important all the time. It's just one of the ways.
MJ is saying, "What's up with the clean shaven baby face Finster face?"
I'm face naked out here in these streets, man. I was my beard is shape up and I messed up one side of it, and I was like, all right, I don't feel like playing.
Oh, you didn't Michael Jordan that thing and just keep making it smaller?
Oh God. Yeah, my low post game is not good enough to pull off the Hitler mustache. That was wild when he did that. I was like, "What are you doing, my man?"
Even as one of the greatest of all time, I wasn't prepared for Adolf Jordan.
Yeah,
that was scary.
That was crazy. I was like, he's really testing the limits of his popularity right now.
Exactly.
That is bold.
Exactly.
Sir.
I was like, all I know is I don't think I should own Hanes underwear anymore.
All right, so I have some music up. I am going.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was adding it back.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. Welcome back. Never mind. Never mind. There you go. See, it's what I get for being slow.
Well, what happened there? You lost.
Yeah, I lost internet for a second.
Oh, okay.
See, did I miss anything? They want Have the Bebop. Cool.
That's not what you want, I promise.
Danny, did you have a chance to see the Malice in the Palace documentary?
Not yet. I need to.
Perspective.
Yeah, I've seen Jermaine O'Neal talking a little bit about it, like putting together the doc and some of the behind the scenes, but I haven't actually seen it yet. I did start watching the Luke Longley doc, though. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't know who that is.
Luke Longley, he was the censor for some of the Chicago Bulls teams in the 90s with Jordan. He's from Australia.
Insane Pixel says I should watch Cocaine Cowboys.
Man. Zelda.
It's insane, Pixel. Thought it did there. Hey Pav, if by any chance your wife needs a beta tester for 4th gen Threadripper, you just pass my name over, okay?
Just to
I-
kick the tires.
I'm watching. I'm watching and waiting.
Yep, I've never been disappointed yet.
My 3970 will go great on the market for my new one.
Oh.
There it is. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. That's exactly what it looks like.
Keeps me sane.
Brad, you can throw me your old joint when you're when you get the upgrade.
Okay. Bear says that the Longley dock was a good one.
Oh, never mind. I don't like it.
I'll say that was my era of basketball. They played. My family's from Salt Lake City, so they were Utah Jazz, Karl Malone, John Stockton fans.
Mm-hmm. That
but,
pick and roll, baby.
Yeah, that's right. The fade away. But yeah, I always knew once Judd Bushler hit the court, the Bulls pretty much had it in the bag, or they didn't.
Bushler.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Wow.
Luke Longley doc. When's the Bushler doc coming out?
It's weird because Luke Longley was left out of the.
He
The
sure
Jordan-
was. That's why I
the
don't know his
Jordan
name.
guy?
He didn't even mention him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't. And it was like a whole big thing. Everybody's like, "Hey, where's Luke Longley?" and all of this, or whatever. Apparently, him and Jordan didn't really get along, but Jordan was in his doc, and Jordan was just like, "Yeah, he's apparently like a super sweet guy, like really, really nice dude." And Jordan was like, "You better be a killer." He's just like, "I don't want to be a killer, Mike." All right.
Steve Kerr punched him in the face, so that's how he get in the dock. So
No, he punched Steve Kerr in the face.
yeah.
Jordan
Oh, yeah.
Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face.
You don't think Steve swung back? No, you don't think so?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think so. Karl Malone and them suffered the same thing that Patrick Ewing suffered.
Don't you
Jordan
say
was
anything
wrong.
bad about Patrick Ewing.
Jordan, dude, Patrick, he was a great player. It's just that Jordan was there.
Patrick Ewing, greatest player of all time. That's my little Wayne.
I was like, what?
That's my little Wayne. There's somebody out there that really believes that. though.
I wish
They
that
got
New
stats
York
written
get.
down and stuff.
I want New York to get Ben Simmons. That way, you guys will continue to not win. I wish that for you guys.
I mean, it's all good. You grew up a Pacer fan?
No. Chicago Bulls and Lakers.
Oh, weren't you from Indiana?
No. New Orleans, born and raised.
Ah, New Orleans. That's right. Well, the team's name is the Pelicans, so
There's that. We were the Jazz for a while.
who which makes sense, right? New Orleans, but who what got beat out for Pelicans to win, and who was in that room voting?
Well, that's the state bird, so it went out because it's the state bird.
Bro. I don't care. The thing is, that's your sports team. We're gonna be called the Pelicans?
Pelicans.
Hey,
They
and
haven't won a
listen,
decent game since. All right.
Listen, at least the Pelicans is an actual name. I'm still rocking the Washington football team.
That's
I forgot that happened.
I mean,
yeah, that did happen.
that is
Yeah. We don't have a name yet, dude.
that's some
That is the name, right?
That's some racist shit
I
right
mean-
there. that really is.
It's
That
like
really is.
if we can't use
the new one or the old
if
one?
we cannot use the politically correct name, we're just going to be the Washington football team.
Washington football team.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. If we can't use a name that you guys all say is hateful, guess what? I'm like, whoa, that is crazy.
It's very stubborn of them.
For real. Again, who's in that room? Who's greenlighting that? Who's making that happen? It's crazy.
I thought that was going to be a short-term decision. It's like,
But even that, when they announced it, I was like, wait, what?
Like, didn't you do some like cool work in an stadium before? Some artwork?
Yeah, for New York though, it was for the Giants Jets stadium, the Meadowlands. Meadowlands? I think Meadowlands. Yeah.
So what did you do for those who may not know?
Oh, it's on my website. An interactive display.
Okay.
It's pretty cool actually. But yeah. It's like
You know, I read somewhere that Quentin Tarantino is not going to give his mother any of his fortune. So, of what she said when he was younger, I went to my kids and said, "You guys are going to be great, and I love you, and everything you do is magic."
wait, she said that to
Cover
him?
my bases. Yeah.
No, what did she say exactly to him?
Oh, she said that he will never be nothing, and he should stop writing.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's not really wrong, right? Who's Quentin Tarantino? You know, one of his movies that I really, really dig that a lot of people don't is Jackie Brown. I like
I've never seen
Jackie
it.
Brown a lot. I like Jackie Brown a lot.
Like Hateful Eight. That's my joint.
I don't like Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight is cool. That's Sam Jackson in the snow. It's a lot to to comprehend right there. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, Danny, ever since you reminded me that our station training is free for the year, I like went in and had like a lot of it playing in the background.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I keep meaning to do that, and then I don't because I'm a dummy.
Oh, and thank you to anyone who on in our Discord that went to our station to like my Wolverine piece. I appreciate it.
Nice.
Oh, nice, man.
It's nice.
Oh, this is Bradley's.
I've never seen Reservoir Dogs in St. Pixel. MJ says I'll start I'll start liking my he'll like my art as soon as I start reading these comments. I've read your comments. You know, I lost internet for a little bit. Pressure.
MJ, Insane, all you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Even Bear, I guess.
Ram, gotta say Ram.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Ram. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Ram must have like he follows the alert. Like the moment we start, he's always the first one to say hi.
Love it.
Thanks, Ram. Thank you, MJ, for the pity like on my art station. I appreciate it. MJ says that he's here every week to see Danny's forehead cam.
Sorry, because it is true, right? When I lean in, I'm like,
that's how you know
right
he's
here.
working
Damn
hard.
it, man. I gotta start being this guy then, I guess. Shit, sorry. Sorry, MJ. I let you down.
Nation says he absolutely loves Reservoir Dogs, but it will never ruin the song. There's a song.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Oh, that song. Never mind. I will be right back.
All right. Insane Pixel, Danny, Bradley, are you guys going to stream outside of Stylus League? Would love to catch a stream if you do. No, I have no intention of streaming outside the Stylus League. I know we've been toying around on some maybe some internal stuff that we do. Like it'll be in the Stylus League. We'll see. Right now, no. Too much pressure. What if someone like mentions all the great streamers and they don't say my name?
Fall back.
Yeah, I'll probably try to check it out. Between you and Mike, you guys are like really good with Z Modeler. I'm trying to get better with it.
I like it because I don't know real 3D stuff. So
is it imaginary? Like when you're doing it, it's not real?
I mean, look, man.
Anybody
that proper 3D. I don't know proper 3D like Maya and Blender and all that. So I gotta thank God for Z Modeler. Saved me from myself.
Same Pixel Karma? Huh? I was just thinking, like, man, my son's going to be in high school soon. I got to save up for a car for him. It's going to be crazy.
This is true.
My oldest daughter is about to inherit my current car. It's crazy. Crazy.
Time flies.
Moving 2 kids into college next week.
Are in state or out of state?
In state, thank God.
In state.
Can't afford out of state, dude.
You trying to tell my kids the limit's the sky?
Yeah.
Where Bezos tells his kids, just go outside the planet. The limit's outside the planet.
The limit is in state.
MJ said his oldest just started her senior year. She's driving the same car she went into kindergarten in. That's full circle.
Nice. Hopefully she's out there being safe, man. But driving the way you hope.
Insane Pixel says Pavlovich is great in how you can show you in 10 minutes on how to get some results in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm a one-trick pony. There's about 3 or 4 things I'll do, but I guess it all works.
No one would ever say you're a one-trick pony. Pav.
I'm like a 4-trick pony.
I think you're an infinite trick pony.
Yeah. I think really you're an absolute beast and you destroy.
That's right.
Magical pony.
Are you joining the summit this year, Pav, or?
Oh gosh. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, why not? All virtual, so all I got to do is log in, I guess. No, I'll probably do something.
You guys like Kung Fu flicks?
Who does?
Danny said no.
I did not say that.
He's on the fence. He's on the fence. He's on the fence.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I just purchased, I think it's pronounced Rurouni Kenshin, which was awesome. Like it's a series.
Yeah.
And right after I bought it on Voodoo, Netflix, like immediately put all the films on there for free now. So,
Oh, the live action films?
Yeah. I can't get mad because I mean they're dope. So I mean I'm kind of mad that I paid for them, but you know, can't get mad at Netflix, especially with Danny here.
Well, I was gonna say now you own it, right? And then you know things fall off of service.
Yeah.
On all streaming things, so you'll still have it after.
It's going to be like that Twilight Zone thing. So I have everything I buy now is digital.
Yeah.
So I own all these movies, and then as soon as like the EMPs go off, I'm going to be in the same boat as everyone else. So
nice.
Be like that dude who was like stuck in a library with all the
Yeah.
books. All he wanted to do was read, and then
Burgess Meredith, yeah.
and then he breaks his glasses.
That's one of my favorite Twilight Zones.
Mine too. I love it.
In New York, like for New Year's and I think maybe one other holiday, maybe Thanksgiving or something like that, they would always have either the Honeymooners or the Twilight Zone as like a marathon. So I've seen probably every episode of each of those.
Oh, without a doubt. New Year's. I went over to my college roommate's house with his wife one year, and we just stayed up all night watching Twilight Zones.
Yeah,
it's fresh.
MJ says he thinks digital content will be the least of our worries when the EMPs start hitting.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, I got the Twilight Zone.
Have you seen?
And there's a jarring quality difference between when they did the film transfer and then they did the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really bad. Like the film transfers are gorgeous, and the video transfers are almost unwatchable.
Yeah, wow. The film stuff, when you see it played back, like on a nice monitor now, it's like, how the hell does this look that good?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's insane.
There was a movie I saw that's an old movie. Oh, Blues Brothers. I went back and rewatched Blues Brothers. I don't understand how they preserved that, because it looks like it was a digital film. It looks so good.
Was it remastered, but just done really well?
I mean, they don't say that, but I mean, it would have to be. It looks way too good, man. Also, if you guys haven't seen Blues Brothers, definitely watch it.
We have a question for you, Mike, from Marco. The question for Mike: how to achieve a balance between illustration and sculpture? I'm learning to sculpt, but I like to draw too, and I wouldn't want to leave any aside.
Yeah, I mean, just it's time for both. You can you like playing basketball and also video games. There's time for both, I think. I don't really know. That's let's see.
How do you balance it, Danny? Because I know you're a great 2D artist.
I don't know about that, but it's just like we talked about before. It's the same. Stop letting industry jobs tell you that you have to choose one or the other. Just practice art and sculpt a bunch of hands and then draw a bunch of hands, right? But understand hands.
And it will make you so much. So that's one thing too, is that I get caught up because I'm in production and I have to get it done. So I jump into the model and get it done. But you will absolutely, especially if you're learning something, don't think hey, I sculpted anatomy. I know anatomy. It's if you sculpt anatomy. I know people who sculpt a lot and can't draw their way out of the paper bag and vice versa. But you'll learn it so much better if you do it in 2D and have to think around the form and have to problem solve in 2D and then do the same thing in 3D and then go back and forth. Don't even think oh, I'm going to do 2D, even though I'm a 3D production artist. I'll do 2D, although it's kind of a waste of time, or I don't know, maybe it's just for a fun thing. It's no, it'll actually make you better. You will design better. You will understand what you're working on better. It will cement it better in your brain. It'll give you that pencil mileage, and it'll give you it'll whatever you're making, and you get that knowledge of how it's constructed and how it is functionally in your brain so much better if you do both than if you just do one. I found, at least for me, the way my brain works, me not forcing myself, but drawing stuff and then also modeling it helps tremendously. So do both.
100%. At the end of the day, it's visual communication, right? Is the important thing. That's what anybody's going to pay you for, to communicate ideas visually. So all your training is for that. It's for how to communicate things And if you want to do it in 2D, do it in 2D. If you can do it in 3D, do it in 3D. But they all inform how you communicate visually. All of
And
it.
it's another tool in your tool belt. So if you only have a hammer in your tool belt and that's 3D, every problem you come across is you're gonna have to solve it with a hammer. And if you're putting up a fence, you'll do pretty good. But if you're changing a light bulb, you're gonna have a hard time. But if you just add a few more tools to your tool belt, you might be surprised how little 3D you can get away with. You know, if everything you do is solved with 3D and rendering and texturing, but you'd learn a little bit of Photoshop, you might realize, oh my God, I could just, again, like Danny was saying, it's visual communication, getting an idea across, and it doesn't have to be like, well, in order to do this in 3D and get my idea across, I have to do these 90 steps. It's like, no, I actually can do 3 steps in Photoshop, and it'll actually make it pop even more. So yeah, add it to your arsenal.
Speak for yourself, Pav. I only change light bulbs with hammers. Just so you know that.
You go to the garage and you get the mallet.
That's all I do. I buy my light bulbs in bulk, but
that's that one tool.
it's the one tool I'm good at. I mean, I started using ZBrush because I needed to use it to help me with my illustration. So I found out later on that I love, sculpting. So you never know. Just you might find that, like Pavlovich said, and Danny said, and I believe wholeheartedly, one helps the other immensely.
Have you guys ever seen that Shadi Safadi talk? Concept art is dead.
I was there.
You were there.
Yeah, well, that was the GDC,
Like
GDC 2015. I gave a talk that year.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it is a little bit of a clickbaity sort of headline, but I thought that was really refreshing to hear somebody.
I haven't seen it. What was it about?
He's saying basically, if you're only into doing concept art these days for certain types of titles, that is reliant on a lot of heavy rendering and sitting down and being like a digital line decker, that there's dudes that are going to run circles around you because they're using 3D tools, etc., and how to maximize technology and stuff. So he was a big advocate for doing 3D from the other side, not from the production side, but from the concept side too. It's a really interesting talk.
And I think that's where we're headed to anyways. Once the technology gets better, is that eventually it's going to come down to, eventually it'll be Skynet and it'll make awesome movies and do all the modeling for us and we won't have to do anything. But until then, it's going to start getting to where the tools are good enough to where you have to be able to do art. You can't rely on just being, a pixel pusher or a polygon pusher. You're going to have to actually think about design and create compelling, interesting visual storytelling things, which is good, I suppose. If you could be a character artist, you can be a character model, you can be a concept modeler, and also vice versa. Eventually you're probably going to have to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Marco, for that question. Let me quickly go through because we got quite a few. We have some pertaining. There's some questions that we got in, but I'm gonna bring up all the ones pertaining to what we were talking about. MJ says that he gravitates towards digital sculpting because it is like drawing, but from every angle. Latin says was originally a 2D artist and had trouble with dynamics and was asked, how are you going to represent a 3D image in 2D if you didn't understand 3D sculpt? Let's see. Ram says that he's learning 3D to realize his 2D illustrations. Frame World says, amen. MJ says, hey, Frame World, you made it right at the end. Welcome, Frame World. Thank you for that. That was some good dialogue. So the other questions, Insane Pixel to you, Pav, or to the guys. Have you guys seen the new Twilight Zone series?
From PO1, I have not yet.
I've seen it.
So we're at the last of our pencils down, but let me go through some of the stuff that came here real quick so I can make sure. Dirk asked, hey guys, do any of you work on a Macintosh? Anybody here? Macintosh?
No.
I used to.
Oh.
I came from Apple and went on to PC.
Insane Pixel said, did Redbeard ever finish his political lizard model? No, I'll ask. I'll reach out to him.
I saw he posted some updates on his Instagram story, but I don't know if it was finished.
Okay. So pencils down, guys. That's a wrap for tonight. It went by pretty quick, even with my internet issues.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go around. Mike, what's your goal for this week?
For this week. Sorry, that was rude.
He's gonna go to sleep for this week.
Yeah. No, for this week, I'm just going to continue to figure this out and get him into pose. I think figure out a nice pose for him, something dynamic. And I don't know. Pavlovich has me wanting to make an arcade machine, but I'm not gonna rip him off. I'll figure out something.
Nice.
Cool. What's your goal this week, Pav?
Trying to think what else I want to do with this. I mean, I guess at this point it's figuring out what my scene is. I got a spray paint can, I got an arcade machine, I got a skateboard, and I got a Ninja Turtle. So with all those puzzle pieces, what does it all mean? I guess that's my next step.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome. Danny, what's your goal this week coming up?
Get the design figured out and throw him in a nice pose. I'm probably just gonna keep him in ZBrush in honor of Pav being here. So yeah, try and get a nice little turntable or something out of ZBrush with just getting them finished up. So yeah.
And well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we appreciate you for stopping by and look forward to next week. Have a good one.
See you.
See you.
Bye, guys.